This video is going to take you through some commonly asked questions about our range of CO2 inflators. One question we're commonly asked is, should I store the CO2 inflator with a cartridge screwed into the head? For safety reasons, we recommend not storing the CO2 inflator with the cartridge screwed into it. This is to prevent air from being dissipated in storage. We're commonly asked whether threadless Presta valves are compatible with our CO2 inflators. Most threadless Presta valves have a small threaded section at the end, which tend to work well with our CO2 inflator, so you should be fine. The next question is, are the CO2 inflators compatible with Presta and Schrader valves? Our CO2 inflators work with both Presta and Schrader valves, as the force of the air as it's expelled pushes the valve of the tube open. One question is, can I use the CO2 inflators with a Presta valve with a removable core? Our CO2 inflators are compatible with tubes with removable cores. However, you need to ensure that the removable element is fully screwed into the valve, like so that it does not become loose under the pressure of the gas and potentially waste any of the content of your cartridge. The next question is, what pressures are achievable with our CO2 inflators? The pressure that you can achieve depends on the size of the cartridge that you're using and the type of tyre that you have. Please refer to the tyre inflation chart for full details. Please also bear in mind that CO2 dissipates from inner tubes over time, so you will lose some pressure over the following hours, and that's why we recommend that you top up the tube with proper air when you get home from a normal bike pump. Some people like to know what size of cartridge are compatible with our CO2 inflators. The CO2 inflator with metal storage canister is designed for 12 or 16 gram threaded CO2 cartridges. Both can be stored in the cartridge canister before or after use. The CO2 inflator head with the red foam sleeve fits any size of threaded CO2 cartridge, that being 12, 16, 20 and 25 gram, as it has a universal head. However, please be aware that the red foam sleeve is designed to fit over a 16 gram threaded cartridge only, which is the most common size. The next question is, why is the CO2 inflator supplied with a spare O-ring? A spare O-ring is a potential replacement for either of the O-rings that are inside the inflator, either at the cartridge end or the nozzle end. If either of the current ones wears out or falls out for some reason, you just need to insert the new one which we've supplied. You'll need to poke it right down into the relevant end of the inflator to position it correctly. One question we're commonly asked is, why do I have to refill my tube with normal air if I've used a CO2 inflator on it? CO2 gas dissipates from rubber over time. As such, over the hours after you use a CO2 inflator, the pressure of your tyre is going to decrease as the gas dissipates. That's why we recommend that you fully refill your inner tube with air from a normal pump when you get back home, so that you don't end up with a flat tyre again. The next question is, do the CO2 inflators need an adapter for Presta or Schrader valves? No adapter is required, as the force of the CO2 as it's expelled from the canister pushes the valve open whether you're using a Presta or Schrader valve. We hope you enjoyed this video. If so, give it a like. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more tips and hints from PRO BIKE TOOL.